We, as Africans, feel the pain of colonization every single day. Now, the lack of a clear and strong acknowledgement of the continent's pain on this destructive past results in skepticism. And the absence of actions that will further push the acknowledgement is also a major issue in the current France and Africa relationship. In fact, the air of denial that France chooses to sit in is uncomfortable, not only for Africa, but also for France, and it does no good for either one of us.
Please subscribe to this channel. Sometimes you might not be a Ghanaian, so I'll try my best to speak English so that you also understand what I'm trying to say and all that. But before that, my name is J Brown, and this is Prime TV Africa, where we bring to you stories happening in Africa to you in the diaspora, probably if you don't know what is really going on. You know, when you come to Africa, I think for the past, years now, there have been coups, Niger, Mali, Burkina Faso, Guinea, and recently Gabon. Yeah, Gabon. When predominantly this French-speaking country are the one engaging in this coup and all that. So one may ask, why these coups? You know, when you come to the Francophone side, at the right time we'll be talking about the Francophone countries in Africa and all that. But for now, I'm dealing with the French, people, because Francophone side we have a whole lot of problems that we need to talk about. You know, one may ask, why is schools happening all over Africa, predominantly, the French-speaking country? Look, this so-called superpowers, when you talk of France, when you talk of UK, when you talk of USA, when you talk of Germany, when you talk of these countries, they have taken us for a fool for a very long time. Look at the poverty rate in Africa, Ghana, Niger, and all that. Look at the population of Gabon, and still the poverty rate over there is very high. Uranium is being produced by Niger, but just look at the poverty rate of Niger, because a certain country who claim to be a superpower is taking advantage of these resources and all that. You know, there is a forum happened, right? And then I think with this school, let me just finish before we come to the forum. With this school, it shows that most of the guys, the youth as of now, are rising. They are getting to know the truth. They want equal powers. Because these people have taken there for a fool for a very long time. Advantage, we have all the resources, but still we are poor. Nothing is going on for us. But France is taking care. France, look at Cote d'Ivoire, look at Cameroon, look at Togo, look at Niger, look at Guinea, Mali, Senegal, and all that. They are under France. So most of their human resources goes to France. If Africans will be able to unite and ask for equal rights when these people are coming to sign the contract and all that, we need to we should call for 50-50 or probably 60-40 or 70-30, because we have the resources. Without us, they are nothing. But you see, here's a case: our gold will be taken to them. They will take it, refine it, and then bring it back to us, and then sell it exorbitantly, expensively to us. But you know, sometimes I thank God that the youth are waking up. We are getting to know the truth. The treatment that is being meted out to us by these superpowers. and then we are taking over leadership. There is this forum that happened. I think the forum happened somewhere. I think in the is it in the US or France somewhere? Yeah, in the US or France somewhere. And then a certain lady dealt with Macron. I hope you all know Macron. Macron is the president of France. She spelled out some of the things they are doing to us. Actually, I clap for this girl. My heart out. I know about my heart out to this girl because it takes boldness to even speak in front of this big man. But this lady was able to deal with the issues, to deal with tangible things that these supposed superpowers are doing to Africa. And I would like us to, without talking too much, I would like us to go and watch this video.
I'm really honored and happy to be here today because I think it is no secret that the current relationship between Africa and France is complicated. And in order for us to build a relationship that addresses issues that affect not only Africa, not only France, but the globe, then it's important for us to interrogate this very complicated relationship and ask ourselves three things. One, what is not efficient? Two, what is not ethical? Three, where do we see integrity gaps? And to be able to do these three things, we're going to have to be brutally honest. The history of colonization is understandably very important. For Africa, it's a path that is as painful as it is destructive. And the effects of colonization can still be felt to date. And I'm not just saying economically, but even on an interpersonal level. We, as Africans, feel the pain of colonization every single day. Now, the lack of a clear and strong acknowledgement of the continent's pain on this destructive past results in skepticism. And the absence of actions that will further push the acknowledgement is also a major issue in the current France and Africa relationship. In fact, the air of denial that France chooses to sit in is uncomfortable, not only for Africa, but also for France. And it does no good for either one of us. How can you trust the source of your pain when the source doesn't acknowledge it? What we end up with is skepticism on what exactly does France stand for. And so we ask you, Mr. President, how strong can a relationship that is built on pain, that is built on skepticism, and that is built on lack of trust really be? We, not just as a team here, but all of us in this room, and the 5,000 who helped with the report, and the millions more on the continent and off of the continent, want a commitment from you, Mr. President, that you will join us in the eradication of La France Afrique, which is a very unfair dominance, and it has to end. Furthermore, the breakdown in understanding what France fully stands for is fueled by the continued collaborations that France has with agencies, leaders, and individuals who have glaring integrity issues, whilst on the other hand, claiming to be standing for human rights. So on one hand, we have France that is entrenched in issues around racism, around exploitative dominance, and whilst on the other hand, they're still claiming to teach others about democracy. These are two These are two profiles that one cannot fill at the same time. And when you try to do that, we find it rather arrogant. What it creates is a cognitive dissonance, which is that discomfort you feel because of these two conflicting values. It not only doesn't make sense, it is unsustainable, it births a negative perception, and an ambiguity in knowing once again what values does France stand for. Now, it is very clear, because we are all here, that the current relationship is imbalanced. It's not collaborative, and in some instances, it's exploitative. We have social impact solutions built without any input from relevant African civil society organizations who are a resource when it comes to really understanding problems on the ground and creating solutions that run efficiently. And they're a resource that Africa is willing to lend to France. Let's also not forget that whilst we in this room are here because we want to change and repair this relationship, there are some who are benefiting from this current dysfunctional relationship, be it private businesses from France on the continent with non-ethical practices, or corrupt individuals and groups from both France and Africa. This group, and the lack of a very loud and public condemnation of this, obviously fuels skepticism. So this honest interrogation is a very important first step, because the strengths and weaknesses of this current relationship will dictate the success or failure of our collective future relationships. But we are not only telling you what's not working. We are very solution-driven, which is much unlike the heads of states that you're used to me saying. We know exactly what you need to commit to today, and we have a clear path on how we can achieve that.
This is what I'm talking about. This is the video I'm talking about. You know, for this lady, she is a lady, so I'm proud of her so much. You know, it takes courage to face evil like this, and then everything that is thought out to this man, so that they know we'll be going through a lot, we'll be thinking, and then we are rising, we are getting to know the truth. But you know, before anything will change, unless this case, or unless, this youth have taken over leadership and power and all that, because these old men that are ruling us, they are never going to take nothing for us because of their selfish reasons, because of their greediness for power. That's why the masses are suffering. But at the right time, look, things are going to change. So if you are an African, this is the time you need to come home. This is the time you need to empower ladies, the youth, to get more education and all that, for them to be able to bring change. Because the battle we are about to fight is not easy. Trust me, it involves a lot. So look, if you are out there, and then you are a black, or probably you are an African, and you've seen this video, please, I would like you to share this video. Let people know what is going on. I would like you to comment and then share your views beneath this video, so that we'll know what is going on. What are some of the ways that you think we can do or come together to curtail all these things going on in Africa? Because look, if we are sitting aloof, this is how it's going to be from one generation to the other to the next, and nothing. Let's be agent of change. Let's change things, so that by the end of the day, when we are no more, we'll bring hope, we'll bring smile to the next generation. My name is Jay Brown once again. This is Prime TV Africa, and shout to each and everyone who shares this. When you share it, Charlie, I'm proud of you, and I'll be very, very happy. Have a great day.